Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Also welcome if you are new. Today we are doing a whole house cleaning marathon. If you guys don't know what a cleaning marathon is, it is just hours and hours of cleaning motivation. I take some of my best cleaning videos and put them all into one. That way you can spend the day with me and get everything on your to-do list checked off. This video is going to have cleaning, decluttering, organizing, just a little bit of everything all rolled into one. So if you are in need of getting your house ready for the weekend, this is definitely going to be the video for you, jam-packed full of everything you need to get your day going.
You know everything about me, like I need my territory, so why are...
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Also welcome if you are new. Today we are getting a bunch of stuff done around the house. I need to get some cleaning done, but I also needed to get some organizing done. I've been like on an organization kick lately, especially since doing those linen closets, just trying to go to the areas that I haven't really touched since moving in. So one of those being the boys' bathroom really needed to get done, but I am starting in our bedroom. I needed to get all the laundry done, and our bedroom, bathroom, and everything was just kind of a little hectic. I'm sure everyone can understand with the holidays, everything gets a little out of control because there's a lot more than just the daily stuff, plus kids are home. So working on everything and getting everything put together.
First you were so easy, but now I can't even get through to your mind, 'cause you don't wanna listen.
In here, it was just a pretty basic cleaning I was doing. So I was just using my Lysol wipes. I like to keep these wipes in most rooms. That way, like if I just want to get everything quickly done, I just grab these. There's something about being able to just grab a wipe compared to your cleaning rags and everything else that, I don't know, I always think it's simpler. Plus, like I said, if you notice something when it's under my sink, I can just grab it. It makes life a lot easier. It's one way I try and stay on top of things is I do go in and do the deep cleaning, and I do think using microfiber cloths to do a better job. But keeping these cleaning wipes just for the just want to get it done, do it quick type situations, I feel like always helps me. And like I said, more for like those quick spills and things like that. I knew there was a bunch of stuff I wanted to get done on this day, and this made it a lot easier. Oh, I am super excited though, because I needed to clean my glass, and I got my new tool for glass cleaning, and I am obsessed with it. I love this thing. You're going to see it here in just a little bit.
Thinking about the way that you know me, no one ever cared like you care for me. You're such a bright star in the dark space, babe. It never worked out with the others.
I do also want to thank Lumino for sponsoring today's video. Now, I've been using Lumino for a while now. I love their whitening setup. So they have the toothpaste, and when you get the kit, you get this really cool bamboo toothbrush, which is really nice because this is really, really soft. And I'm someone that has more sensitive gums. But their products in general, what I like about them is, one, they are one of those that don't cause my teeth sensitivity, which is huge because a lot of whitening strips I've used, right after using them, they're real sensitive to the cold or the heat, and I don't notice that with this stuff. The other thing is the natural products they use that are known just for being good for helping your overall health. Our mouth isn't something we often think about for staying healthy, but it's a really, really big deal. So they focus a lot on killing the bad bacteria, but being able to maintain the good bacteria, because we're always seeing those things of 99 kills 99% of bacteria, but our body has good and bad bacteria. So Lumino focuses on killing the bad while maintaining the good, using products like essential oils, Dead Sea salt, coconut oil, aloe vera, all things that are really, really good to help with those different things and help protect you in the long run. I have noticed a huge difference in the look and feel of my teeth, but I also like the simplicity of it. I use the toothpaste and mouthwash daily, and being a busy mom, I often forget the white strips, but as long as I'm using them a couple times a week, I'm seeing these great results, which I love. If you guys have been thinking about checking out Lumino, I will have a link down in my description. If you use that link, you will get 20% off your set of white strips. So go in my description below, check them out. Like I said, I love them. I'm real big on mouth, teeth health, especially since I don't love the dentist. So as much as I can do at home to help and prevent the amount of times I need to go see the dentist is a win for me.
You got me like there's no other than you now, baby. Nah, 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 'cause you got me like my.
All right, so this is the new cleaning tool I got. We've all been told that squeegees are much better to clean your glass. They help keep it streak-free. But I don't know about you. The only thing I hate about squeegees, especially like when you're doing your windows on the house, is the running water. This is a vacuum squeegee. A vacuum squeegee. It is so cool. It kept my glass streak-free. I didn't have any of the moisture going around. Like I said, I tried it. This is the first time me trying it. And there wasn't much of a learning curve. I feel like with new anything, there might be a learning curve of how to use it. This was pretty straightforward of using it just like a regular squeegee. I was also using their window cleaner that came with it. It came with a nice little bottle of window cleaner. And that seemed to work really, really well. But you could use this with any type of window cleaner. Or if you have really bad windows, like you guys know, my sliding glass doors get really dirty from the kids and the dogs and everything. So if I wanted to go in there with some vinegar and Dawn and really scrub it down and suds it up, this would be able to not soak it in, but like pull it in because of the vacuuming and not just have everything running all over the place. So I'm really excited to try this in more areas. You guys know me. I love my cleaning tools. I love trying new things. It's one thing that gets me excited about cleaning, and with cleaning not being a task most people enjoy, I think anything that'll add a little bit of excitement to it is always a big deal for me.
You know I miss you the most when I'm lonely. You know I miss you the most when I'm lonely.
Oh, so I'm also really excited. When you guys are seeing this video, they haven't gone in yet. No, when I was filming this video, they hadn't gone in yet. But by the time you're seeing it, we will have gotten our new windows. I am so excited. The windows in this house are, I'm pretty sure, original. And the opening mechanisms aren't working that well, and they let in a good amount of heat and cold because it's been cold here in Florida. So finally getting the new windows in. We actually had it scheduled for not the day after Christmas, but the next day. So that Tuesday. So we have been busting our butt with getting stuff around the house done for Christmas, and now Christmas is done, and now we get in the new windows. So life has been kind of hectic, but I am really excited about the new windows, because this is the time of year when it's not cold, to be able to open up the windows and let the fresh air go through the house. And I haven't been able to do that because our windows, I'm afraid, are going to bust when I open them. Plus, I haven't been able to get them real clean. So I feel like it's a very adult thing to be excited about, is new windows. But I am really, really excited about that.
So give me a light, show me what I need. I know I'm blind, but I hear symphonies of your heartbeat.
And then just finishing it up with a quick vacuum, nothing too crazy. Just want to get in here and vacuum it up real quick. So the other thing we've been dealing with, I don't know what it is, but Bailey's tummy has been bothering him. So I've been also been dealing with a lot more accidents to clean up, which is not normal for my dogs. Normally they are really good, but lately it has been a headache. Like, I love my pets, but these are the times that I'm like, oh, when they go, do I want more? I don't know. I probably will. I love my animals. But quickly changing over the laundry. If you guys have stuff in your washing machine, don't forget to put it in your dryer. I am notoriously bad for forgetting, so I always like to give you guys the reminder as well. Before moving into the bedroom and cleaning that up. The bedroom wasn't too bad. Just the basic cleaning, dusting, stuff I like to do pretty much on the daily, especially since our bedroom gets the dustiest because the dogs do sleep in our room. So the amount of hair and dander in our room is something that I definitely have to stay on top of. If I forget an area to dust and I go a week or 2 weeks without dusting it, it is insane. You would think I haven't dusted for a year with the amount of dust and dander that is in our bedroom just from the dogs sleeping in here.
I know I'm blind, but I hear symphonies of your heartbeat.
Oh, and because I've been getting this question a lot lately, a lot of people have been asking where our bedding is from. So I found this at Home Goods. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to find it, but go check out your local Home Goods. I do absolutely love this bedding. It is super, super soft and cozy, and I don't know. It's one of the favorites that I found. I also like that it's cozy, but it does have some design to it. I feel like a lot of the other furry type bedding is just like very flat, where this does have a little bit more design, which I really, really enjoyed. I think I mentioned in past videos, I get to where I forget what I've said and haven't said. But so we leave this door open to the pool area. The dogs can easily knock it. So as long as we're around and visible, we leave it open because the dogs now have a doggy door to go from the pool area outside. And now that the yard is fenced in, it just makes life a lot easier for them. They enjoy being able to go in and out. And like I said, as long as we're around keeping an eye on it, we don't mind it. The only thing that we have to be very cautious of and why we have to be around is little Miss Freya. Because even though she is learning to swim and getting that, we obviously don't want any accidents of her going out there without us out there with her. So we always are a little bit more cautious, especially since she absolutely loves the pool. I'm spelling it because she is standing right next to me, and if I say it, she will want to go in it, and it is way too cold for that.
Just say you're in love, 'cause so am I. So am I. Say that you are. So am I. Say that you love me. So am I. Say that you are. So am I.
The kitchen is the one area that I saw a video the other day. I can't remember if it was a reel on Instagram or a TikTok of someone doing a future self talking to night before self of cleaning up the kitchen. And it is 100% true. Like, the nights that I clean the kitchen before going to bed, I am so much happier in the morning than days like today. This was a day that I had passed out the night before. You can see the leftovers weren't put away. Nothing was put away. So waking up this morning, having to take care of all of it, I was like, why didn't I just do this the night before? So if this could be my advice to you, is clean your kitchen at night. I 100% recommend it. I realize it doesn't always happen. Like I said, I try to because I am always way happier when I wake up in the morning, but it just doesn't always happen. Sometimes I just am crazy tired, especially since Freya, I think, is going through like a sleep regression. She has been waking up almost every single night crying, and that has just made things a lot more difficult. Oh, talking about her and waking up in her bedroom. I had someone ask about... Oh, I don't know if you can hear Freya in the background. She's playing with all of her new Coco Melon toys she got from her tea and papa. But someone asked about the gate on her bedroom door. We keep that on there because it's a way to keep her door open, to let air flow through and everything, but the dogs don't go in our room because we do try and keep the dogs out of the kids' rooms. So that is why little Miss has a gate on her bedroom. So I'm curious if you guys are excited about the new year or anxious. I am always both come New Year's. Like, I am always super excited about the new year. But I always also feel like it's starting over, which is so weird. Like, it's just a different day. Like, nothing's really changing. But I always get very anxious and excited about the new year. I still can't believe that Christmas is over. Like, time has flown. I feel like the beginning of this year went so slow, and then we got to the fall holidays of Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas, and it just flew by. I will say, though, I am excited to get the house back to normal and start working on some of the projects in the house again. But it is crazy how fast I feel this year went. To see where we started this year in Wisconsin, to then moving down here to Florida and completely renovating this house to what it is now. It has been a long, crazy, exciting year, and I am excited, even with my nerves, for what's to come in 2023.
But I'm glad you're here. Oh, 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 oh. I don't ask for much, no, I don't need that much, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Though I want your touch, baby, I so stay. I don't mind a little cry.
If you're wondering what I'm cleaning the counters with, because I do get a lot of questions about this is my Thieves Cleaner. I use this all the time. I love the way it cleans. I love the way it smells. I use it on my counters, my glass, pretty much anything. This is a product that if I want to just go around and quickly clean everything, I love grabbing this. It works for dusting furniture, cleaning windows, all of the things. Plus, like I said, I just really, really enjoy the smell of the Thieves Cleaner. So this is definitely one of my go-to products. I get mine from Young Living, but I have heard you can get it from other areas as well. So I personally get it from Young Living, and I like it from Young Living. I can't really speak on the rest of the areas that you can get it from, but it's one of my favorites.
I don't mind a little crazy, but baby, you're so stay.
quickly taking the garbage out. I knew these had to go out, and Bobby was going to take them out in the morning. I'm like, well, let me quickly finish cleaning the kitchen because I like doing the garbages last. That way the kitchen is clean and then brand new garbages. I just like that. But moving into the kids' bathroom, these are the different drawers and cabinets, and you can see it's just kind of hectic. I'm not doing any crazy organizing, but this is a good way to show that sometimes you don't need to buy all the things to make something look perfectly organized. I used what I had. I had some stuff on hand in my house, but I didn't go out shopping. This was a last minute decision to do this room, and I just wanted to get it more organized. You're going to see here in a bit that I bring in some different organizers that I have to just kind of see what fits. But organizing and cleaning doesn't have to cost you money. You can definitely do it with stuff you have on hand or nothing. Like you're going to see in some of these drawers that I had just one little organizer that actually fit in them, and I still made it look a whole lot better than it did. Now, I do want to get some smaller organizers to go in here for the future, but on this day, just doing a basic organizing, I think made a big difference.
Break free, just let me see your bad streaks. Maybe they'll match my freaks, yeah. I'd kill to see the stars cry, roam in the dark while love hide. Let the world know you're mine. Oh, ups and downs, no in between. Fire and ice burn gasoline.
I will say with the kids' bathroom, like our bathroom, we have matching towels. I like the all white towels and everything. In the kids' bathroom, I don't really worry about it as much of it being perfectly matching and everything. So you're going to see their towels, like they have all sorts of different ones. And I'm okay with that. I feel like kids aren't as careful. But also, like, I don't know. They don't care as much. I personally like the aesthetic look of all matching towels in our bathroom. And yeah, kids just don't care. They also keep their pool towels in here as well as their shower towels. So there is a variety of different ones for that reason as well.
Burning blind. Oh, northern lights, roaring skies. We're the guys, burning bright. We're breaking all the laws of our universe. Northern lights.
So I know this probably isn't a big deal, but watching this footage back, this is obviously something you don't just see in person. Like this is the angle because of the camera that I was able to see all this. When I redo this bathroom and paint this vanity, now I'm wondering if I have to go in and paint the inside of the vanity, because seeing it from this angle, I'm like, oh, it doesn't look great, which is really honestly stupid. No one needs to paint the inside of their vanity. But you also don't normally see it at that angle. But when I put my cameras in different areas, like you see things that you don't see in person. And now I am highly contemplating doing a fresh coat of white in the vanity just to make it look clean and fresh and adding to my to-do list. We've had this talk. The to-do list is never ending, but it's okay. I am enjoying the process of this house. Especially now that it's slowed down a little bit, like enjoy what we've done and build on it. But yeah, after seeing that footage, I was like, I might have to paint the inside of my vanity. Well, the kids' vanity.
For you. What if you're not good for me? Yeah. What if I'm not good for you? What if you're not good for me? Yeah. Sometimes when I'm reasoning about us, I know you got me. It's so effortless. Back to back, we would carry on and we do anything for what we started. But this time we could break. I'm running dry. Everything's
This basket was really close to not fitting, but it did just fit, which I was glad because I like keeping the hand towels and washcloths separate from just the regular towels. And they like to go all over the place. But then I wanted to go in and put some of the toilet paper in this acrylic bin. That way when guests do come over, because when we have family over, they use this bathroom. They're not going into our bedroom to use our bathroom. So I do try and make it where certain things are easier to see and everything. For me, if I see something that's obviously set out to be used, I don't feel as weird about grabbing for stuff. So just put some of it in there and then the rest on the shelf in there. That way I can refill as needed.
What if you're no good for me? What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me? What if I'm no good for you? What if you're no good for me?
And I was really happy with these before and afters. I feel like I said, it's not like I spent really any money. This is all containers that I already had. And just did a basic tidy up and clean up. And I feel like it made the biggest difference in this bathroom. Like I said, I do want to end up getting more organization pieces because I think it's easier to maintain the organization with them. But this right here just shows you don't have to spend a lot of money when organizing. And sometimes this is the better way to start, is organize without them. And then it will help you figure out what you need and what you want instead of buying everything and not knowing exactly what will work. So there are always options. You don't always have to spend all the money to get something organized. Sometimes just getting in there and organizing it just the basic way works really, really well as also. Also, these faucets look really nice on camera. I really, really want to replace them. They are loose and wiggly and everything. Just kind of waiting till we start working on this bathroom, but I do not like these at all. Mainly, like I said, they're loose and I don't know. I really want to get the ones like that are in our bathroom because especially with the kids, like their sinks are always full of toothpaste and everything. And I feel like those extended wand ones in their bathroom will actually be even better than it in our bathroom. In our bathroom, they're nice, especially with beard hair and everything. But in the kids' bathroom, I think it's going to be a lifesaver.
So you would break. That is why you left without a text. Without a text, no. I miss you back. Forgiving everything that we said when we were drunk. It doesn't matter 'cause it all came Can't be too
And now just doing a quick wipe down on the kids' toilet. Once again, just using the wipes. I'm not trying to do I'm trying to do bigger deep cleaning projects, but the cleaning portion of the rest of the area, I was just trying to get it done. It can be very overwhelming to clean a space sometimes, so I feel like sometimes doing one project in a room and then just kind of finishing the rest of the room, not worrying about the rest of the room being 100% perfect. Like, I didn't need to scrub my shower because I cleaned their vanity. I didn't need to scrub the floors on my hands and knees because I cleaned their vanity. But just focusing on the one project is a lot easier and it's a lot less overwhelming.
I don't need you, then why so settled? I miswithdrew. Still it feels just like I'm waiting for something better. Wait a second. I wanna stay up late with my heart in your head. Maybe stay too much 'cause
Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, if you're new here, I would love if you would subscribe and check out my link in the description below for Lumino, and you can get your 20% off your set of whitening strips. But until next time, I will see you guys later. Hopefully, you guys had a fantastic Christmas and New Year's and all the things. But I'll see you next time. Bye.
You said that you needed me like a cargo, you will carry me. I just hope you know my depth, even though it makes no sense. Sometimes I'm broken, too much of
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Also welcome if you are new. Today we are doing another Helping Hand series video, and I'm really was excited about this one because this kitchen reminded me very much of the first kitchen in Bobby and my very first house. And I know one of the hardest things about seeing cleaning, decluttering, organizing videos online is often you're seeing people that it's not their first home. So the houses are a little, or the kitchens or houses are a little bit bigger. And the bigger the space, the easier it is to organize. So today we are going to clean, declutter, organize, see how much I could get done. I was here for about 5 hours this day, and we were able to get rid of 4 trash bags full of donations. They're not going in the trash, they're going to donations, but that's what I put it in to get it to donations. And a full bin of glassware, because obviously I didn't want to put glass into a bin. And then obviously cleaning and organizing it to the best of our ability. But I think this will be a good representation of what you can do if maybe you have a small kitchen like this.
Sometimes I'm delighted, don't wanna pick a fight with everything seems so good. I guess I can't help myself. Would you call me if I'm in the dark? I'm calling up 'cause I'm right under the stars. Would you run on me leaving this mark?
So when it comes to food storage, this pantry is definitely very tiny to be able to organize. So we're not going to be able to do all the fancy organizing when it comes to this stuff, especially since if you are a typical family, you don't want to go shopping like every single day for food. So you want to have basic stuff on hand. So my goal was to clean this out and just try and section it off best as possible by like baking or cooking oils, things like that. Try and keep it as organized as possible. But you're going to notice that certain things don't work. Maybe those layered can organizers aren't going to work because you need to use as much space as possible. Some organizing pieces are great because it helps you see more, but when you're working with a small space, you have to capitalize on the square footage as much as possible. Now, you're going to notice that a lot of this cabinet really just needed to be repainted, but I did try and clean it as best as possible. That way, especially being down here in Florida, helps with any type of bugs. It's also why I like using Pine Sol. Pine Sol naturally deters bugs. So just a little hint, if you live especially in a northern climate and deal with bugs, Pine Sol will be your best friend. But my other goal here, because they had a good amount of food on the counter, because they just literally couldn't make it all fit in this area. And you're going to see, I'm going to work on the upper cabinets. And I told her the smaller upper cabinets next to the pantry, I was hoping to get enough things decluttered that those would then be open for to have even more food storage.
Now choose
So I know often you guys don't see the homeowners helping, and that is totally personal preference, just so you guys know. Now, when it comes to decluttering, and what you don't see is on the other side of the camera, I did have them helping. So as I pulled stuff out, they could tell me keep, donate, and that a lot of times just makes things a lot easier. Like, I call it the death stare. And I do it even at my house, where you're wanting to get something done and you walk in the room and you just stare. Like, you don't know where to start. You don't know how to start. But just had someone there helping you to pull things out, and you just say yes or no, makes things a lot easier. So if you have a big project at your house and you're doing the death stare, I highly recommend asking for help. If it's a neighbor, friends, family, just someone to come over and give second eyes on a project will tremendously help. Even if it's just them pulling it out and you're saying yes or no, I promise once you get started with the help, being able to keep going after they leave is going to be so much harder. Half the time, the hardest part is just starting, and once you've started, that motivation just like piles on top of each other. So I'm curious, in your kitchen, what is the thing you have the most of? What do you have the hardest time decluttering, or you constantly are bringing in? I have noticed in all the different kitchens that I have organized that for most people, it is glassware. Those unique water bottles and coffee mugs and that pretty glassware that half the time you don't fill with water, but you never know, you're going to have guests over, so you keep it on hand. I know I do that. Like, if I'm drinking water, I'm drinking it out of one of my plastic water bottles, but I have to have a glassware set because when people come over. So glassware, I have noticed, is always the hardest part, and this was definitely the case in this kitchen. So my overall goal was, as you saw, there was glasses in pretty much every upper cabinet. So my goal was to have them downsize it enough to minimally fit into this one cupboard. That way they could more easily organize everything else into the other cupboards. And like I said, I wanted to give them more food storage. Because the other thing is, when your counters get like crazy cluttered, it's so much harder to get motivated to do other things. So being able to put things into your cupboards and not be visually, for me, exhausting. Like, when I have that visual clutter in the house, it's like just exhausting to even look at. Like, it gives you no motivation, nothing. So this way we could get as much of the stuff off the counter as possible. And they did really, really good at decluttering this. Now, also, decluttering is not a one and done situation. And I like to explain that when I'm at people's houses, that maybe in 3 months, do it again, because you've already taken a good chunk of it out. So it's going to be a lot easier next time. But also, you now have a better idea of, okay, I did declutter all this, but I've also noticed that I'm not using this, so now I can do that. A kitchen should probably be decluttered if you are pretty good with keeping up with your kitchen, at least once a year. But if you are going through the process of becoming more minimal and really trying to cut back on the clutter in your home, every 3 to 6 months is going to be best for you to really get it down, because you are going to, every time you do it, get rid of more and more. The first time will probably be the most you get rid of, but I promise every time you declutter, you'll get rid of a little bit more, and that mental stress of things in your life will slowly go away, and you will be absolutely amazed at how much more mental clarity you have, energy you have when you let go of the things in your life. So the other big thing I can recommend if you are working in a small space, in a very cluttered space, and you're trying to declutter and organize and everything. Now, I did not have that this opportunity at this place, so I was working on clearing like one side of the counter so I could put stuff on it and working myself around the kitchen. But if you have an empty table that you can bring into the space, that way you can put everything into an empty table and not all the way around you. That'll also help with the anxiety of decluttering and everything. I do that even in my house, where I will take one of our 8-foot like yard sale tables and I will bring it inside if I'm doing the linen closet or something like that. If I'm in my bedroom, I use my bed. I take everything out and put it on my bed. That way I'm working with a clean slate space that'll help with anxiety of decluttering. It'll help with making it easier to deep clean, because you'll notice it's kind of hard to get around and deep clean because I have things all around me. So if you have the ability to bring in even just like a card table or maybe your dining room table, something where you can put everything on a clean, empty space, it'll make your process a lot easier for you.
Down, 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 down. Yeah. And I thought, it's time I'm letting you go. This time I know it for sure. Just thought I should let you know. Yeah, no, it's no more, no. I got so high on a low. That's when I loved you the most. Now I thought I should let you know. Yeah, no, it's no more. We don't know. No, it's no more. We don't know. No, it's no more. We don't know. No, it's no more. No, no.
So, how is everyone's new year going so far? We have definitely already, like, boots to the ground, busy with everything. As you guys know, we got the new windows in. Well, most of the new windows in the new house. We still have the front bay window that we are having issues with, but hopefully get those in not too long. Honestly, the only, like, frustrating part about that front window not being in and possibly not going in for a good couple of weeks is all the stickers on the windows have to stay on the windows until the inspector comes out, and the inspector can't come out till all the windows are done. So that's a little bit of a bummer because I have these giant stickers on my window that I can't clean off. But very glad the windows are in. Our plan is to start in the dining room this week. So that's going to be a big project, but a project that I have wanted done so bad. I feel like that is one area that still looks very unfinished. So I'm excited to have that done. And yeah, just staying crazy. I did have people asking on Friday's video if I was going to show the new windows going in. And in Friday's video, I'm not showing them going in. However, you will get to see the new windows once they are in. I do like a pan of before and after. I only like showing stuff if I can ask the people if they want to be on camera or not. And the people who installed the windows didn't speak English, so I was not comfortable filming them putting any of them in.
Whatever happened, we came there first. Go a little wild is your personal expression. Far over the line, tell me we ain't something special. Wrap me around your solar system, make me do whatever that you want me to do. You got me dancing in your storm, burning everything we know. Rising up as firefighters. You
I always enjoy cleaning out sinks. If it's my sink or someone else's sink, I feel like a sink can make the biggest difference in someone's kitchen. One, they can get absolutely filthy. You're cleaning dishes in them. If you have a garbage disposal, like you're running all the gunk off your plates down the garbage disposal. And they're also one of the easier things to clean if you have the right products. Here I'm just using the Power Paste. Now, I do think, and this is the hard part about cleaning other people's houses, that if I would have known more before coming out here, I would have brought something like the powdered Barkeeper's Friend to really scrub this out. That would have made a big difference, but this Power Paste worked really, really well. There's certain things that you're just not going to be able to deal with. This is definitely a much older sink. You can see some of the porcelain is actually like chipped off. That's those little black spots around the sink. But sinks to me are always one of those things that when they are clean, they make a huge, huge difference in your kitchen.
Forest fire. You got me dancing in a storm, burning everything we know, dressing up as firefighters. You got me dancing in your storm, looking like a breeze, but really you're a forest fire. Looking like a breeze, but really you're a forest fire. Looking like a breeze, but really you're
Oh, and my biggest tip with cleaning your sink, if you're always feeling like, oh, it's just not as shiny as you see when other people clean it, is dry it out. Take a dry microfiber cloth, polish any of the chrome, dry out your sink. That makes all the difference in the world, is just giving it a quick like little buff with a dry, clean microfiber cloth. That's going to make the biggest difference.
what we have to do, but someone's gotta change. You got issues that makes you a fuss, but someone's gotta change. If we never ever met before, if I never opened up my door, yeah, 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 yeah. If we never ever got to start, if I never opened up my heart, yeah, 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 yeah. You're about to lose me.
So another thing that this couple was coming across, and you may as well, is this place they rent, they do not own. Now that makes a huge difference. Like, there are minor things you can do to a space if you're renting that are renter friendly, but you don't have all the freedom in the world to do whatever you want. So definitely something to keep in mind when you're working with your own space. Like, there are definitely things they could have done to make this area maybe work a little bit better, but that's a lot harder when you don't own it. So if they wanted to repaint the cabinets or put in a backsplash, because cleaning walls behind counters can be very difficult. That's one reason why backsplash is nice, is when you get a nice, like, high shine, high gloss tile, it's a lot easier to clean. But not everyone has that option. If it's because they own the space, financially doing it, skill set, all of those things, those that different people have to deal with. So learning to work in your space, I will say having a good degreaser will make all the difference in the world with keeping a kitchen clean and staying on top of it. Because the second you let something like really harden in, that's going to make getting it clean down the road a lot harder on you.
Why you gotta be so hard? Sitting thinking in my car, I don't know what we should do. Do you? Do you? You're about to lose me. Just like that, just like that.
This stove was definitely a throwback also. This is the same type of stove that Bobby and I had in our very first house. So the nice thing is I kind of knew how it like went together and worked and everything. Like I used to own a very similar stove to this. So I just took all the grates out. I did wish I brought my stove cleaner, which I completely forgot. But those are like little things, like you're going to notice the inner metal pieces I don't get perfectly clean because I didn't have the right products to do it. But I like to let people know, hey, if you use this, let it sit, you can be able to pick it up. It's a good way to also teach whoever I'm helping how they can maintain the products as well. The other thing is to get the inserts for these stoves, you can actually get them really, really cheap. So if yours are just like horrendous, you can buy brand new ones. They'll look great. And then I just recommend at least a couple times a week taking it apart and just giving it a quick wipe down, because if you do it right away, it's not going to be that hard. But when you really let it build up, that's when it gets difficult. And then just lifting up this bottom area. If you guys have a stove like this and didn't realize, yes, you can lift up the front of it to clean underneath it, and it'll make a huge difference. So much stuff falls to the side and underneath that cleaning this all out is very, very important. It'll also help if you notice like any like smells in your kitchen, or once again, help deter bugs. If you have this clean, there's less of a reason for the bugs to come around.
Sweet and you care about my night, but I'm sobering up in this moment's past. Oh yeah, I don't wanna be tucked in someone else's arms, cause my heart just broke and I need my time. Wanna speak so loud even though I hide, like I'm hypnotized.
So one of the questions I've gotten a lot with this series is, one, how do I deal with the bugs? Now, I have not gone somewhere where I've really had to deal with bugs. And if it's minor bugs, like I said, we live in Florida. There's certain things that you're going to encounter. It's just normal for down here. So those don't bother me. But if it was like an infestation, a bad bug situation, I have to be honest, I probably would have to decline because I don't have the skills, and I have declined people before. I had one person that I went and visited, and they obviously had a mice problem and a couple other issues, and I had to let them know that I can help, but you first have to have this dealt with before I can help, because I don't have the ability to really deal with those situations. I can do the cleanup afterwards, but I can't deal with the other stuff. The other thing that I've been asked, because in my previous Hoarder series, I did not take my vacuum because I did not want to take the chance of bringing dust and dirt from one house to the next, and I've been asked if I bring my vacuum this time around. And this time around I do, and there's a big difference in the reasons. My old vacuum at the old house, it wasn't as easy to tear apart and completely clean to take from house to house, where this one, super easy. I can tear it apart, pretty much hose it down before going to the next house, bringing it back to my house, all of those things. So that is why I do bring mine, because one of the things that I dealt with regularly in my old series is not having a sufficient vacuum to really get a space clean. So I like being able to take mine, but also the peace of mind that I'm not bringing dust and dirt from one house to the next. Now, if you are in a situation where your kitchen is similar to this, but you own your space or you get approval by your landlord, there are a couple reasonably cheap options to upgrade your kitchen if you want. I'm personally someone that I believe it's easier to keep a clean and organized space that I believe is beautiful. Obviously, everyone's opinion of beautiful is different. So, but in my very first kitchen, which like I said was very similar to this, I kept the old appliances. They were white, they were fine. But I replaced the hardware on my cabinets and I painted them all white. That alone made such a huge difference. I then did a cement countertop, and I didn't do like a full cement countertop. I left the existing counters and did like 2 layers of that feather cement on top and then epoxied it. It looked, at that time, it was like super trendy, so it looked super trendy and modern. And it was very, very affordable. And at that time, I didn't know anything about a lot of DIYs. I was young 20s. It was our first house. Like, I was definitely learning. And then I got just basic subway tile, and I learned how to backsplash. And those 3 things of painting cabinets with new hardware, redoing the counters, and redoing the backsplash made the biggest difference. And I'm someone that believes when you keep a place looking beautiful, it's easier to keep it clean and organized. So just a couple little, I feel, affordable tips to being able to modernize the space if you're not looking to do a full kitchen like gut redo, because that can be expensive. Even on the cheap end, that can be expensive nowadays. Oh, the other option for counters. So this kitchen was super small. So the other option they could have if they own this space is going to a granite or quartz shop and asking if they have remnants, because there is so little counter space. You definitely could probably get a remnant for very cheap. And then you're getting quartz or granite and not spending the crazy price on it all.
Talking in riddles. 5 in the morning, all we do is fighting. Thought you'd come and make it right. I need a pause from the battle, but I don't think you settled. You don't wanna get it right. I will leave it up to you. I will leave it up to you. Now I'm done and down the line. I will leave it up to you.
Oh, I also forgot can't talk, but I forgot to mention, I did declutter and organize her bottom cabinets as well. Part of the work I did this day did not get caught on camera because my camera was dying and I had to plug it in and let it charge for a good 30 minutes before I could keep recording. We did go through those cabinets. I did that off camera because I figured there were certain things I could do off camera and just let you guys know got done. My camera charged, because it was either that or you guys wouldn't get to see the before and afters at the end. And I know you guys love those before and afters. So that is one thing that they did get done. There was only like 2 cabinets to do, but you didn't get to see it on camera. And I apologize for that.
I don't wanna lie, 'cause I know you hate it, but how am I supposed to say it like a me?
Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, leave a comment down below. Those are all things that really help out my channel. Also, if you're new here, I would love if you would subscribe, but I will see you next time. Bye.
Now I'm done and down the line, so I will leave it up to you. like a cargo, you will carry me. I just hope you know my depth, even though it makes no sense. Sometimes I'm broken.
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Also welcome if you are new. It is time to do a whole house reset. Now I did actually film this video a week or so ago, but we were getting new windows in, so I knew this was something that I had to get done like super fast because all this Christmas stuff and decor all had to be out of the way for the installers to come into the house. But this video is jam-packed full of motivation. You're going to see, like I said, the house go from Christmas back to normal. We also got the new windows, and I had to paint some of the new framing because I had to completely reframe the window in our sunroom. Some deep cleaning going on. The rug in our bedroom was so filthy. You're going to see that here as well. It is so satisfying to see how clean it got. And I used a newer mixture in my carpet shampooer, and it worked so well. So I am super excited to share all of that with you in today's video.
I just hope you've been through worse. Sometimes I'm broken, too much of emotions. Sometimes I'm the lighting, don't wanna pick a fight with. Everything seems so good. I guess I can't help myself. Would you call me if I'm in the dark?
So this year, taking down Christmas definitely was a learning curve. We've been trying to make it that we can store more of the things inside instead of the bins. The bins fit in the garage and everything, but if we can have the garage less cluttered, the better, which is partially why when we put in this fireplace, we left this opening at the bottom so that way things like decor and stuff can go in there. It's out of the way and it's not in the garage in bins stacked up a mile high. So I don't normally keep like normal stuff in here. It's purely decor. You'll see I pulled out the daily decor out of here that because when I decorate for Christmas, I put it under there. And now that I'm putting Christmas under here, that way come next year, all I got to do is pretty much everything that's under here goes in the family room, and it just makes a lot more sense. And we're trying to do stuff like that throughout the house. I know in the kids' rooms, I just had a small little bin in their room that sits at the top of their closet of Christmas decor. That way, once again, next year, it's really easy to pull at and bring down without having it all in these bins that are in the garage, which one can make it really overwhelming when you're decorating that you have to pull in a million bins and they're all over the place, and two, just making more room in our garage. If you guys are newer to my channel, you may not know this, but if you've been here for a while, my husband is a huge car fan. He's also very handy, so he's got a lot of tools, a lot of car stuff. So we personally think it's important to have a good amount of room in our garage for him to be able to do all his little tinkering that he enjoys doing.
Oh no, I see you only when you're ballin'. Oh no, I don't even care to doubt. I'll see you in a while, 'cause this time I will choose you, yeah. I'll choose. You know exactly how to look like this. Holding in a bag full of goods and needs. I need a night like this. Knowing it's a risk 'cause you're using it. You got all your secrets. I can seem to move this.
So obviously one of the biggest questions we get asked is how we store all this stuff, because obviously we are Christmas fanatics. I will not deny that. For most of the year, we're pretty minimal. I like neutral decor. I like fresh and airy. And then Christmas comes around and all of that goes out the window and I just let my freak fly. But we have a wooden shed on one side of our yard that came with this house when we bought it. So we use that shed to house a lot of our outdoor decorations, extra paint, just random stuff like that. And then we do also have a plastic shed that we put in, if you remember way back when I put that together with my parents, that store a lot of the extra tools and things like that Bobby uses, which gives us the ability to then have more storage in our garage to store some of these things, because obviously giant Santa and reindeer and stuff, there's really nowhere to store it in the house. They have to go outside. So that is kind of how we're working. It's definitely a whole new learning curve from coming from up north where we had basements to now Florida where there is no basement here. We really don't have an attic. It's pretty much like a crawl space up there. So it's just being very creative with the way of doing things. However, I'm super, super excited because Bobby and I are actually right now, currently, working on the dining room. And I have been saying for a while, like, the dining room is one of the spaces that just felt unfinished. And if you guys remember, I said I wanted to put in these built-ins and all this stuff. So we are finally working on that, and that is going to be so nice. It's going to give us so much extra storage. I'm excited to share that. It's definitely been a project. There's definitely still a good amount to do with it, but with what we have done so far, I'm absolutely loving it, and I cannot wait for you guys to see it. I think it definitely is going to be something that is just a focal point and a wow factor in this house.
I'm not gonna play hard to get through. I'm not gonna say I'm loving you too. I'm not gonna stay, gotta be alone. Let's talk.
It's crazy to think that we have been in this house for 7 months. At one point, like, that seems like so long. I can't believe we've been here for 7 months already. But at the other point, I look at how much has been done in our house since we moved in, and it's like, wow, all of this got done in 7 months. But funny thing about you can see Bobby was outside undecorating the outside of the house as I was doing the inside of the house. But funny thing about being down here is this is our first winter here in Florida, and I'm absolutely loving it. Like, it still gets cool. I dropped the kids off at school this morning. It was 45 degrees, but by the time I pick them up, it's going to be like 70. So that to me is like amazing. That never happened in Wisconsin. But taking the kids to school this morning, Bjorn literally came out of his room. This was the funniest thing I have heard in a long time. And he literally, with the straight face, super serious, was like, "Mom, don't go outside. It is freezing. It is only 45 degrees. And I just died laughing. I'm like, "Baby, do you know how cold it is back in Wisconsin? How cold, like, we were lucky 45 was the high. Like, we would have been outside in shorts and a t-shirt." Oh, he was so serious. And then he went on to ask me if it ever gets cold enough, because it was already so cold, that they would cancel school. I let him know, probably not. I don't think there's a situation down here where it gets so cold, like up north, that they cancel school.
Forget what I said, just come on over. Forget what I said, just come on over. I don't need nobody else but me. It doesn't matter what you're gonna say. I just need time right now. I'm going alone tonight.
I absolutely loved this window this year. I think I'm definitely going to do this again next year. I just love the way this whole village looked. From our front door, you could see all the way into that window, and I just am obsessed. Luckily, like, this is probably a third or half of the collection that I have. So next year I should be able to do this window, but also I want to do obviously the built-ins in the dining room, but also I want to do built-ins in the family room next to the fireplace. And originally my thought always was that I would put like the display on the built-ins in the family room. And I think I'll still be able to do that with some of the remainder pieces. But I definitely think it's going to also be in that bay window. I just love the way it turned out. But now just moving into the kitchen, I am someone that like I can't fully take on a project until it's clean. So in this situation, I had dishes that had to be dealt with. So it just made more sense for me to clean and put stuff away before I really started taking down all the holiday stuff. Are you the same way? Like if you have a big project, do you just like jump into it or do you need to clean first? I'm definitely someone that I have to clean first, during, and after. I will usually pull my kids in and be like, okay, mom needs a 10-minute recess. This is the best way to get your kids to help is I tell them it's 10 minutes. I set the alarm and I'm like, just clean in this main living area, everything you can in 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you can be done. I don't care what's left. You can be done. You will be amazed. If you get everyone to help out just for 10 minutes, like you'll have your whole house clean. I get the kids to pick up all their stuff, Freya's stuff. I'll go around and wipe stuff down and obviously put the stuff away that they don't know how to. And we get so much done in 10 minutes. And I'm the type that I can get really, really overwhelmed. And there is just that time that I'm just like, I need that 10-minute recess, especially when we're doing a remodel and a makeover, because there's so many extra things that are out, drills and nails and all the tools and just paint, so many things that my brain just goes to mush. So big recommendation is give you and your family, get your kids involved, get your husband involved, and set a timer and just be like, I just need the house reset. Give me 10 minutes of your time. 10 minutes, and then you guys can go and play your video games. It will make the biggest difference in your life and your routine.
I guess our dreams fell asleep. There's no passion in the comatose. Baby going down, down, down. Baby going down, 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 down. Tried so hard to stay afloat. We keep moving like the river goes. Baby going down, down, down. Baby going down, 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 down. And I thought, it's time I'm letting you go. This time I know it for sure.
So I see a lot of people putting out like decorating for winter. I've never really done, like there's certain things like I may have a couple extra cozy blankets, things like that, but I never really decorate for winter. I'm curious if you guys do. I do have winter scents that I love. I will do a lot of pine and just like fresh spice smells in my diffuser in the winter, but I don't really decorate for winter. I actually just enjoy having that in-between time of my regular decor out. I love my regular decor, so I don't really do winter per se. So this is really me just trying to put my regular stuff out. I did end up leaving the ornaments in the base of my lamp on the counter for a little bit. I'm trying to decide what I want to do with that base. Originally I was planning on painting it black, and now I'm just like, I don't know if I still want to do that. So here you can see I was moving the wreath around. This was on the pantry, and I ended up leaving it on the pantry. I just took the red bow off because red is not really my style at all. It's different for Christmas. But I really liked the greenery. I tried it on the hood vent. It was too large for that, but I do really like it on the pantry door. Anything that can add greenery and life, I feel like makes the biggest difference in a space. I feel like whenever you're decorating, if you can have a wood element and a greenery element, that alone will pull a space together. So if you love your whites and neutrals like I do, pulling in wood and green, I think is really, really important. It just keeps it softer. I feel like certain styles can start to feel really sterile. And bringing in those warmer tones is the one way you can really, really warm up a space. Also, turning on this robot vacuum. This thing is always a lifesaver, especially when you're doing a million things. I run this every day, no matter what. If I mop and vacuum by hand, I still run this at least at night. And big reason is dogs. People always ask how I handle the dog hair, and really, just a way of life. You're never really going to handle the dog hair 100%. It's more of just learning to live with it, because if you have dogs, you're going to have dog hair. But this robot vacuum does definitely really help in the long run.
Really, you're a forest fire. Looking like a breeze, but really, you're a forest fire. You got me dancing in your storm, burning everything we know, dressing up as firefighters. You got me dancing in your storm, looking like a breeze, but really you're a forest fire. Looking like a breeze, but really you're a forest fire.
This front entry was definitely another one of my favorite areas this Christmas. I just loved we have a lot of sentimental pieces in this front area. Mr. and Mrs. Claus is from Bobby's grandma. Even some of these smaller little elf toys is from his grandma and parents and things like that. So I loved this area. I feel like it was very cozy and very sentimental. I love sentimental Christmas pieces. They are one of the few things that I very much so cherish, like our our Christmas village, which is from Bobby's grandma. Those are some of my absolute favorite pieces. Here you get to see the cast. This is all the Christmas just in the main living area. This is not the Christmas in the kids' bedrooms, bathrooms, or our bedroom. So I just tackled it all into the dining room, because Bobby was organizing the garage. That way, once he had that all organized, we could put it away as needed. You can see little Freya jumping on bubbles from a package. She absolutely loves those things. So I don't know about you, but whenever we get packages, we just throw them on the floor. And one of the kids, someone out of the three, will definitely have a bubble popping party.
It's like you are avoiding me. Don't know what's up with that. I've tried to be the help you need, but I don't think I can. If we never ever met before, if you never opened up my door.
So the other thing is, we got rid of a decent amount of Christmas stuff this year, but we didn't get rid of everything. Knowing that once you put these built-ins, like, it's funny to think that next year the house probably won't look at all the same. Like, how it looked this Christmas will not look the same next Christmas, because there's still enough we need to do that I know, one, we're going to declutter a ton more come next year, because the house is going to be more set in the way it should be. But also, like, the style of the house, the way I decorated this year, is going to very much so look completely different. I'm not sure. I saved this tree. You can see the top lights are not working. It's weird because they literally worked all season, and it wasn't until like this day that I noticed the top wasn't working. So I put it in the box, and my thought was, if when I pull it out next year, one, I don't know exactly where I'm going to use it next year, if I'm even going to need to use it next year. But we'll see if it works next year. I feel like it must have just gotten knocked or something, because it literally worked all season. So this is another thing, not 100% sure if we will use it, so I am saving it. And if come next year we're like, okay, we really don't have a spot for a second tree, because like this wall you see right now is the wall that we are putting the built-ins in. So this whole wall will be covered in shelves and cabinets. All right, so all the windows for the most part are in. The only windows that are not in yet are this one. They built the wrong ones. I don't know. The people installing didn't speak great English, and I don't speak great Spanish, so don't know exactly. So I gotta figure that out. But the rest of the windows are in. That's the only one we have to worry about. And this one, you can see they had to completely rebuild the frame on it. So all the framework needs to be painted, but so much nicer, so much cleaner. You can see this one in the 4th bedroom. It's just so much nicer. Plus these will just be, they're the ones that fold down like our old house, so they're easy to clean. Top and bottom fold down. And then obviously all the bedrooms got done also. So those are at least all done. I still need to take down Christmas in our bedroom. Our bedroom's a mess right now. We were hanging pictures that we hadn't had up yet, but we still have Christmas in here. I got these pictures put up on the wall that comes in from the garage and laundry room. Can't think. I got the paint out so that I can paint. And then we got some photos up on that wall. Monday, I have an appointment to figure out this wall and the built-ins that I want to do. I have an idea in my mind, but using IKEA website is very difficult, so I'm just going to go in and talk with someone. But first, I want to get this window painted. That way all the raw wood is covered. It'll look nicer, but it'll also just protect it. So I'm going to get to doing that. There is something always very therapeutic to me about certain painting tasks. Not all painting tasks, don't get me wrong. Like, there are certain ones that I dread, but like in this situation, going through over all this fresh wood, which by the way, I was very pleased. There are definitely some situations that I wasn't thrilled with the company that we used, but I feel like that is in most remodeling situations that there's always going to be hiccups. But when it came to the guys that installed and if there was any rotten wood, they replaced it. In this situation, like I said, they had to completely rebuild the frame because the frame did not match the windows that were going in. They did such a good job. I was very, very thrilled. But I did think it was very therapeutic to go through and paint all this. The inside of this window needed to be painted anyway because it still had that like yellowish tint to it. But I knew it was one of those things of like the tile here I wasn't going to replace. Painting it I wasn't going to do because we knew we were getting new windows. So I felt like if anything like got messed up, it made no sense to spend all this time painting and then put in the new windows and things get broken. So I really enjoyed painting this. I like seeing like drastic changes. So the wood to this very shiny white, because this is all the trim paint that we're using, the white trim paint. I loved just how fresh and clean and bright everything looks. Now, unfortunately, with that front bay window not going in, these stickers have to stay on the window until the inspector comes out and inspects the installation, and they won't come out and inspect until we have all the windows in. So I don't know how long those stickers are going to have to stay on, which is really a bummer. I still don't know what's going on with our front bay window, which is very frustrating. I was supposed to get a call Monday and Tuesday this week and did not get a call, which reminds me I should probably call them. I'm doing this voiceover on Thursday, so I'm probably going to call them today, see what's going on, because it's nitpicky. I know having the stickers on the window isn't a big deal, but I'm like, I just want my clean, bright windows, and I got these giant stickers that I have to stay on for who knows how long.
Down the line, I will leave it up to I don't wanna lie, 'cause I know you hate it, but how am I supposed to say it like I mean it when you criticize like everything I say? I wish you knew that I'm trying every day. I will leave this up to you. I will leave this up to you. 'Cause now I'm done and down the line. So I will leave it up to
All right, then moving on to our bedroom. Our bedroom we still had to undecorate. Unfortunately, like, my camera was acting super weird this day. So you're going to see like some jumping around of like things just randomly being undecorated. And it's because I thought it was recording and it wasn't. It was just being super crazy. But all the decor in our bedroom, we are storing in our closet, same as the kids' room. Which, by the way, our closet drastically needs a reorganization of it. The closet really hasn't been touched since we moved in. Like, we moved in and we pretty much just put stuff in here. And now it's kind of become a catch-all to a lot more things. So coming up, I definitely need to like really thoroughly figure out this closet. It's got our printer in here. It's got our safe, our gun safe in here. It's got just like so many extra things that obviously a lot of it has to stay, but I feel like the space could be used better than it's being used right now.
much, but it's like the two of us are golden. Gold, you see. We'll do you good, so take a chance on me. It's magical when you are close, so get close with me. We'll do you good, 'cause I am golden, I'm golden.
All right, so I'm doing a quick before of this rug. Like I said, this rug is very dirty. The dogs love this rug. They sleep on it all the time, but they also go in and out of the house, mainly through the door in our bedroom. They can go out there, go to the bathroom, come in. It's super easy. So I wanted to give this a really thorough cleaning. And I saw someone say on their lighter rugs, now I was very nervous about this at first, so I tried it in a small section, that their favorite thing was using just their favorite liquid laundry detergent and a little bit of bleach in their shampooer. Now, listen to me. I love the way this worked, but please test your rugs or carpeting first in a area that is not well seen, because I'd hate for you to do this and then ruin something. You should always test a product somewhere that is inconspicuous first. If it's advice coming from me or any other of your favorite YouTubers, always try that. I will say it worked really well, but sometimes you have to go over things more than once. So I went over this rug, I can't even remember how many times. I show all the water dumps, and I probably could have gone over it even more, but I was just so done for the day. I just wanted to be done, that the final water dump, I was like, okay, that's good enough. Like, if I want to do more, I'll do more tomorrow. But I went over it multiple times. I will say, though, the first 2 times I did use the actual mixture, But every time after that, I purely used hot water. I just wanted to rinse and pull as much of the dirt and detergent and everything out of the rug. So I did not go over it every single time with that laundry detergent and bleach mixture.
You, eh?
I will also say I did not show me going over the rug every single time I went over it this day. I figured that would get daunting for you guys. But dirty water dumps are one of my favorite things to watch. And I know it is like gross and weird to say, but I do love it if it's the mop water or shampooing. But you can even see, even with the second round, that there is a huge, huge difference in the look of the carpet. The water's still very gross, but the carpet has already started to like really lighten up and come back to life.
I know. Are you thinking about us too? Are you missing it just like I do? Are you worried about me too? 'Cause I'm thinking aloud, I'm wondering about you, eh?
All right, so here was the final dump. Like I said, not perfect, but when you consider how dirty it was with the first one, I was pretty happy, and I just needed to be done for the day. I was so over it. But I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with a friend, all the things that really helps out my channel. But until next time, bye.
Hey, this might come out as total madness, but just wait. I really need to tell you something. 'Cause I feel alone in a room, surrounded by people. I wanna know if you're feeling it too. Out on the roof, here with you. It all seems so different.
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Also, welcome if you are new. Today we are getting like the entire house back in order, pretty much every single room of the house. After big projects, the house always gets a little bit out of control. And I knew we also wanted to start putting in the like linen closet in our master bathroom. Bobby just started up on that, so just trying to work on a little bit of everything. I am starting by stripping my bed. I have 2 sets of sheets, but I will say on days that I remember to strip my bed right away in the morning, I love washing my sheets and putting them back on freshly washed and dried. There's just something about the freshly washed sheets that I always really, really enjoy doing. And then, of course, laundry for days. But the main area I wanted to start in is our kitchen. It was a little bit crazy because I had not cleaned up the night before. You guys know me. I like strive to clean up the night before, but there are just some nights that I am so tired and it doesn't get done, and this is what I'm left to deal with in the morning.
Give into the moment. With you, under street lights, right next to the skyline. With you, yeah. I've been listening to so many of my days. Now you just my makeup believer. I don't make this. You look so pretty.
The dishwasher is one thing though that I always, always, always try to run the night before. That way I can wake up in the morning, and if I haven't done everything the night before, I know I at least can unload the dishwasher and put the mass majority of stuff in there, because if I don't have to wash a ton of dishes, I don't want to. But the other thing is, like, if I forget to do it, like, I want to wash all the dishes. I hate having some dishes done and other ones not. So it is always my goal to try to do that. I noticed though that as I was putting stuff away, I was missing some of my glasses. So of course I went in the boys' room and found them in there. I usually try and go in there every single day and see if there is any missing glasses or plates or bowls, because there's always something left in their room.
Everything is alright. Don't want your fiction hanging over me. Don't need your castle making me believe in you're like a movie.
So just the other week, I got a bunch of fun new gadgets from Temu. I'm going to show you all of them here in a second, but I know you guys saw some of them when I did the coffee bar the other week. So those nicer glass cups for the kids, and then the Moscow Mule glasses, some stainless steel stirrers and straws. But I also got these really cool, like, paddle utensils for cooking with that are supposed to be very multi-purpose, and I have to say I have been loving them. I was hesitant at first about them, but people have been talking about them all over the place, so I did end up getting them from Temu, and I have to say I really, really, really enjoy having those as like a part of my wooden utensil collection, because they really do work on so many things, especially like when I'm making a stir fry or something and you kind of want a spoon, you kind of want a spatula, and these kind of do just a little bit of everything.
I see through you, baby. I saw it from the side and you got your back, it's bruising everywhere you go and everyone you love.
So I want to take this time real quick to introduce myself, because I always just, like, when I'm chit-chatting with you guys, I feel like I'm just chit-chatting with friends and forget that this may be your first time seeing my channel and you have no idea who I am. My name is Cambriea. I am a mom of 3, currently pregnant with baby number 4. I am married to my husband, Bobby. We've been married 12 years, going on 13 years in July, and we just moved from Wisconsin to Florida this past summer and have completely renovated our new house. So you will notice I do a ton of cleaning motivation, but I do have a lot of makeovers on my channel, as well as renovation videos on my channel. I do want to give a big thanks to Temu for sponsoring today's video. I have worked with Temu in the past with their Christmas stuff, so I was excited to work with them again and just kind of see more of their everyday stuff. So I'm going to show you real quick everything I got from Temu. Starting here on the left, you'll see I have this, it's like a window scrubber to clean out the sides and everything of your windows. This I have seen all over the place, and a lot of people that like make their own with cutting into sponges. So of course, with me having a cleaning channel, I thought that would be fun. This is a rechargeable scrubber. I love any of these scrubbers that make cleaning just a little bit easier. And then I got some stuff for the kitchen that I'm super excited about. This dumpling mold. I love cooking. It's one of my favorite things to do. And then this meatball baller, so that way you get those like perfect size meatballs every single time without rolling them in your hands and everything. And then, like I was saying before, this paddle set that I had seen all over the place, and as you can see, their prices are phenomenal. This is one of those websites that you're probably see advertisement for and you're like, is it too good to be true? And I have to say, since working with them, I've loved everything I got. And then these other things that I'm going to show you, this is a bunch of stuff you would have seen in my dining room makeover video. So these Moscow Mule cups, I only had 2 of them, so I wanted to get a couple more. And then these glass cups with the bamboo lids and the glass straws. The kids absolutely love these glasses. They drink their hot chocolate and water and everything out of them. And that's actually what I was going in their room earlier to find, because I knew I was missing a couple of them. You'll actually see on the table there's only 5 here. I do have 6, but once again, they were grabbing them. And then I got this little whisk for the coffee bar. This is a soap pump for your sponge, which I thought was really cool. And then they knew I was making a new coffee bar, so they sent me this maca pot for espresso. This is a really cool, like, on the go. I love that pot. And then, of course, some reusable straws, as well as some reusable mixers for any coffee or cocktails. And then these I just thought were super, super cute. They're little stencils, so when we are making our coffee, we can add a cute little stencil to the top of them, make it a little bit fancier. I was really just, when looking at stuff, thinking, okay, what would work really cool in the dining room, since that was one of the really big projects we had coming up. But once again, a really big thanks to Temu for sponsoring today's video. I have loved every time I've worked with them. Their stuff is always a really, really good value for the price. So I am going to have everything linked in my description below. So if you see any of those things, you're like, oh, I really want to try that out, check out my description. I'll have them all linked down there. And then Temu also gave me a discount code. So use my link in the description along with my code and check out their site. Like I said, I've been really happy. I got some Christmas decorations from them this year. And then these products as well that have been really, really nice. I love trying out some of these new sites because you always see these advertising and you're like, oh, are they as good as they look? Like, they're all over my Instagram, but is it too good to be true? And Temu is definitely one of those places that the prices are phenomenal, and I would have thought it was too good to be true, and it's not. So check out my links down below. You can download their app. You guys are going to love it. And they have like almost anything you can imagine on their site, so definitely go and check them out.
Trying to get by. I don't know how you do it. Trying to keep you off my mind. I can't hold to it. You make it easy, but every time I fall back again. Tell me all the secrets, 'cause baby I can't see the end. Don't slow down.
So this fridge I had actually not cleaned on the same day. It was the day prior. I had all the intentions in the world to get a bunch of stuff done this day before, and it just didn't happen. I got the fridge done, and I honestly then just took like a 3-hour nap on the couch, and it felt so good. But I wanted to add this in because I had literally just done this, and my whole plan was that day to get all the stuff that I got done on this day done that day. So yes, this was done the day prior. I always enjoy doing my refrigerator right before I get a grocery order. That way, 1, I know what I need to order, and 2, it's all cleaned out before I am restocking it.
I hold on to 'em. You make it easy, but every time I fall back again. Tell me all the secrets, 'cause baby I can't see the end. Don't slow down.
So you guys often ask me about my multi-purpose cleaner, and 9 times out of 10, if it's in a glass bottle, I am using my Thieves cleaner. I love that I can kind of just go all over the place and give everything good cleaning. Plus, I just really, really enjoy the way it smells. Also, I get a lot of comments. I know I'm not the only one that when I clean, I put my chairs on the counter, but I get a lot of comments of people that like get freaked out by that. I always do this because I feel like I can do a better cleaning around the floor, and in this case, I wanted to clean the cabinets. I will say that I do always wash the counters when I take the chairs down, so I don't know if that is the concern, but it's definitely a lot easier to vacuum and mop and do all the things if you're not moving around the chairs. So, highly recommend giving it a try. Like I said, obviously, wash your counters again once you take them down because they have been on the floor. And in my case, there's dog hair and stuff that blows around. But I guess I say that, and realistically, with the type of dogs I have, there's dog hair literally everywhere, floor to ceiling. So it doesn't make that big of a difference. But yeah, I've always lifted my chairs up. Like I said, it just makes it so much easier to go around and clean everything. On the last video, I also had some people asking about names for the baby. So Bobby and I do have two names, a name for a boy and a name for a girl, that we will most likely use. Obviously, I don't want to say for sure because something could always come up. But I'm not going to tell you guys the names, but I'm curious what you guys think the names might be. I have shared these names before, I'm pretty sure. And you guys know a lot of our kids' names are more Nordic and whatnot, so let me know what you think they're going to be, or if you guys have any recommendations, because I still have a long way to go, so you never know. You guys might give me a name that I didn't think of, and I would love, but I definitely like more unique names. I don't like the everyday normal stuff. I like to have a little bit of a background and story to the names that I give the kids. I think probably part of that is my name's Cambriea, so it's not very normal, and I always enjoyed having a very unique name growing up, so I enjoy giving that to the kids as well.
Nothing, baby. Wouldn't settle for something, but I'm giving in with the waiting. For your darling is zero. No hint of a hero. Now you're telling me stories, but I don't believe you. I do believe it.
So I've shared this before, but I'm going to share it again. I do not buy magic erasers anymore. I buy melamine sponges off of Amazon. I had someone recommend, I can't remember if it was here on YouTube or my mom. Someone told me that a melamine sponge is the same thing as a magic eraser, and you can buy them on Amazon for so much cheaper because they don't have the name brand. But I buy them on there. I buy them in bulk, and they work just as well. Like, they are literally the exact same thing. But like on these cabinets, I don't know if it was like pencil or what it was on them, but just my regular multi-surface spray, and rag wasn't getting it off, so I grabbed my melamine sponge and it worked perfectly. These cabinets usually clean really, really easily, but obviously with dogs, kids, everything, these bottom cabinets get beat up the most. These bottom cabinets I probably try and clean about once a week, where the top cabinets, I would like to say I do them about every other week, but realistically I probably get to them about once a month. And then, so when I did the dining room makeover, a lot of people were talking about needing artwork on this wall, and I did order it, and I just hadn't gotten it in time, but I had finally gotten it, so I wanted to hang it, and then Bobby just made me this frame to go around it. We thought about connecting it, but I decided against that, because if I ever want to change this artwork, now I just take the frame off and I can put the same size artwork in its place again. So that is why we ended up going with that. He just put some 1x2s, I believe, together, and I stained it the same color as the butcher block.
On a Saturday night, you want him, and I need him. He's got a one-way ticket to my heart. Ticket to my heart. him see. My hands are shaking from the urge of being with him. I act a little dumber when I try to get his number. I'm so nervous that I'm losing grip of myself. My body's giving up on me, 'cause I don't know what to do with my fingertips.
All right, then moving into the boys' room. I don't clean the boys' room often. I really try and leave that up to them as much as possible. But on this day, I really wanted to go in and dust everything, move some of their furniture. We live very close to the beach, so one thing we deal with a lot is like our soil is very sandy. So I was noticing that like their floors just felt like there was sand all over it. So that was one thing I really wanted to deal with. I think part of it is just like how much they're playing outside at school and stuff. Like their shoes get filled with sand. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but the floors definitely needed a good cleaning, and all the furniture needed a good wipe down and dusting as well.
This California weather, it's like 90 degrees. It's making me hot, and he has the same effect on me. I act a little dumber when I try to get his number. I'm so nervous that I'm losing grip on myself. I get a little starstruck when I see him. I couldn't hate him even if I tried. Am I a little crazy to believe that I could wake up with him by my side? I know I could get his attention if I worked it all out. And we got a little tipsy on a Saturday night. Yeah, I want him, and I need.
So I get asked a lot on my channel about chores with the kids, especially since if this is your first time here or you don't watch my channels regularly, you may not know that my kids 100% have chores. I think it is very, very important for kids to have chores growing up. One, teaching them responsibility, but two, teaching them how to do things that a lot of people that I know growing up didn't know how to do because mom and dad always did it for them. So my kids do have chores, but I have always felt like their bedroom, yes, it's their responsibility to keep it clean, but I remember growing up and when I was told to clean my room, it was so overwhelming to me. Like, it seemed like such a bigger project as a child than it does as an adult. So I like going in about once a month and giving it a good mommy cleaning just to kind of give them that ease and peace of mind of, okay, now it's just maintaining and starting over, and hopefully avoid that extreme, like, frazzled anxiety from having to do their room just once in a while. Like I said, not on a regular basis. On the normal days, it is their responsibility to make sure the dirty clothes are in the laundry room, their beds are made, that they have vacuumed and wiped things down. But I also know in the end, they're probably not going to do as thorough of a cleaning as I would going in. All right, so fun fact that even people who have been following me for a while may not know this. So when we moved, there was a lot of stuff, a lot of you guys know this already, that we left with the old house. We pretty much sold our house fully decorated, furnished, everything. Well, the other thing I did is I left a lot of like open cleaning supplies and stuff like that for the new owners. I asked them if it was okay because I didn't want to leave stuff for them that they didn't want, but I figured stuff that I didn't want to travel with cross country that they could use, I would leave with the house as well. Well, one part of the house that I had completely forgot to pack, like 100%, was under the kitchen sink, which had all of my mop socks, and I have been without mop socks for months now, and part of it is just because every time I thought about it was like, I'm doing the project or late at night, so I hadn't gone on Amazon and ordered new ones. I finally ordered new ones, and I am so happy to have these again. They seem so silly, but when you are mopping, or like here, this is my mop vacuum, and I'm able to walk around and not worry about the footprints or just that wet feeling on your feet, which I don't like either. It is really, really nice. Mop socks are 100% worth it when it comes to cleaning, and I have missed these so much. And then on to baby girl's room. Her room actually was not that bad considering how it normally looks. There was obviously toys and stuff everywhere. And yes, I say usually, once again, this is in a video, so I didn't make her do anything. But I do normally make her help clean up her room as well, which as a parent can actually be more frustrating. So I'm warning you now, like cleaning with a 2-year-old isn't always fun, but I do think it's important to make them help. Even though they probably won't clean up most of it, you're still cleaning up a lot of it. I do usually make her help just to get in the habit of cleaning up her own things. But yeah, definitely if it was my choice, and why on camera I normally do it all by myself, is it's a lot easier and so much faster when I just go in and clean everything. And then about 2 seconds later, as you can see, she's already coming in trying to figure out why I'm moving all of her stuff. It's a mess again, but better to get it all cleaned up. I feel like for her especially, she plays better when it's clean because she's not overwhelmed by all the stuff everywhere.
You're stuck inside my head. Oh, I can't stop thinking about all the words you said. I think I have to let you go.
All right, now I was moving back into our bedroom once the sheets and everything were clean. But okay, so I need your help. I'm still like, I love our bedroom, but I'm not like, I don't have the feeling that it's 100% done. And I'm just trying to like figure out exactly what I want to do. You're going to see here in a little bit, I take the chairs out of the room. We don't really use them much to sit on them. And I do feel like the room feels a lot opener and bigger without the chairs in here. But I don't know. There's something about this room that still feels incomplete. I've thought about getting larger nightstands. That way they fill both sides of the bed. I'm just kind of waiting till I find something that I actually really like, because I'm not someone that likes to spend a bunch of money and not be 100% on it. Like, I want to know I'm buying something I love and not buying something to buy it, but may not be 100% what I want. So, but I need your advice because I'm trying to figure this out. And like I said, I love our bedroom. A lot of the stuff I have done in here already, I really, really like, but I'm still just trying to figure it out. I want this warm and cozy, more on a, it almost feels like more northern style than coastal in here. We have the fireplace. I know Bobby likes that more like rustic, woodsy type feeling. So I've thought about maybe painting the wall behind the bed black. I don't know. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below, because I feel like sometimes when you live in a space, it's a lot harder to envision what you want, compared to a stranger looking in and being like, oh, if you did this, it would make a big difference. I noticed when I used to do interior design for a living, it was a lot easier for me to help customers than do my own home. So leave me all the ideas down below. If you guys have visual ideas, message me on Instagram, pictures and stuff, because those are awesome. And yeah, send me all the ideas because I'm just trying to figure this out. It just, like I said, it just doesn't feel complete yet.
Oh, what a fool. But if I fall, I will get up again. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I will get up again. Stronger than
This rug is another thing that I'm trying to figure out. I love this rug, but with us having the door that goes out to the pool area, which is the main door the dogs use to go in and out of the house when they need to use the bathroom, this rug gets really dirty. And I've thought about like those washable rugs, but let's be honest, picking up the bed to be able to get the rug out and wash it, like that does not happen. It is really, really heavy. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out a rug situation, maybe something that just is darker so it hides more of it, because I want a rug. Like, I personally enjoy when bedrooms are carpeted just because it feels cozy. So it's another thing I'm trying to figure out, if maybe I go with something with a little bit more color to it. I don't know, trying to figure it out. Once again, here's me trying to clean up with Freya being around and not wanting me to put all of her stuff away. I did sneak some of it away, like this stroller for her baby doll, but you're gonna see she brings it right back out. So cleaning with kids, you really do have to just kind of work around it. Sometimes you get it all clean, sometimes you don't, but it's at least better than when I started. And you guys have heard me say this a million times, but here's 1,000,001. It's about progress, not perfection, because as moms, let's be honest, perfection isn't realistic.
Tell me, mother, did you miss me when I broke free? When I grabbed a bus to anywhere just to be elsewhere. I long to belong.
I'm also just wiping down obvious, like, dirty areas on the leather. Oh my goodness. I am so glad I went from upholstered furniture to leather furniture. It makes life so much easier with kids, keeping it clean. Between Cheeto fingers and everything, this is definitely way, way better. But moving on to mopping my floors, I like to use normally Tide and Pine Salt. I just love the smell of that. But on this day, I wanted to do a more thorough deep cleaning, so I used my normal Tide and then a little bit of bleach on my floors. This always is just a really good disinfectant and stuff. I've never noticed, now I use maybe a tablespoon worth of bleach in the bucket. I've never noticed it ruin my floors. However, whenever you use a new cleaning solution or product or anything, always, always, always use it in an area first that is a not well seen area, and test the product first, because just because it works for my house and what my floors are made out of, it may not work for yours. This goes with anything, floor cleaners, wall cleaners, anything like that. If you are trying something new, I always recommend trying it in a space like behind a door or something, before like going ham and maybe ruining your paint or your floors or something like that. And that goes with anything I recommend or any other cleaner on YouTube. Always test it in a spot that is a area that if it does get a little messed up, you're not going to like be really, really upset.
Diving to the unknown. I'm a kite, you're my string, and you made me see there's nothing to lose. I'm a wave in the sea, and you made me dive into the unknown. Nothing to lose. Oh, we got nothing to lose. Oh, we got nothing to lose.
Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, share it with a friend, and subscribe if you're new. These are all things that I always really appreciate. One, I love when someone new joins my channel, but also when you guys like and comment and share. Those are things that really help support my channel. So a big thanks to everyone that does that every single week. I really, really appreciate you guys. I also want to give a big thanks once again to Temu for sponsoring my video today. Another huge help and one way that keeps my channel just going and me able to do this every single week. So make sure you check out my links in the description below. But I will see you guys next time. Bye.
You didn't even see me cases a day. Feeling every day like I'm going insane. Hey, I think that you're in over your head. Now I'm done talking. This time I might go out with my friends. I don't want your sad blue eyes.
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Also welcome if you are new. This is another one of my Helping Hands series videos. We are working on just getting a little bit of cleaning and tidying up around the whole main living area of this house. Unfortunately, this mom had her hands full with her son recently injuring his leg and everything and had just gotten behind, so I'm here to help her out. However, I want to take a quick second to thank Matchmasters for sponsoring today's video. Alright, I will admit, games like this on my phone are my weakness. It's what I love to do when I just want a second to myself or just am looking to like detach from the stress of every single day. And this has been so much fun. It has over 10 million players around the world, and with each game you get to challenge another player, which I really enjoy. It's not just a typical matching game. You actually get to play against other people. You can join teams. You guys should definitely check out my link in my description and download Matchmasters. They are also offering anyone that downloads the game either from my link or my QR code here on the screen a chance of winning a $200 Amazon gift card. All you got to do is download it and earn 50 stars for a chance to win. They will be giving away 10 $200 gift cards in the second week of February. You just have to follow their official Instagram page, and that is where they are going to announce the winners.
'Cause you love drama, forget the karma. No, you don't ever take a break. It's always about you. Always about you. Oh, I don't wanna fight you. Now you're so rude, 'cause you love drama.
So this day was a little bit different than some of the days that I had. I didn't have a ton of time on this day. I had, I think, about 2 hours. So I was really focusing on what things I thought would mentally give the most relief to the homeowner. And for me, a lot of times that is visual clutter. Obvious
But once
clutter
again,
and
a big
messes.
thanks to Matchmasters
when
for
I'm like
sponsoring
overwhelmed
today's
from
video.
stuff, that's what I need to go for. And then I will normally have more motivation to go above and beyond. But that visual clutter and visual mess is really what overwhelms me. So you're going to notice that that's what a lot of what I am doing today. Cleaning off the table and just trying to make things look nice. Now I did go in and do some more deep cleaning. You'll see these grates were really, really dirty. However, I did let her know, one, I couldn't get these grates off because this is all taken care of by the property manager. And I also noticed that the filter inside of this grate was caked in dust. So I recommended calling the maintenance man to have this replaced as soon as possible because no one should be breathing in that much dirt. And I did just try and clean it up to the best of my ability. This probably took the longest amount of time just because it is so tedious. And once again, I don't have all my normal tools that I would if I was at my house. So we're just kind of working with what we have. But I kind of like that because it shows you that you don't need all the fancy tools. It may have a project take a little bit longer, but you can definitely still get it done with just some basic cleaning supplies.
We are healing, even though words are deceiving. You move on.
So I'm pretty sure most of you guys know already, since I did announce it over here on YouTube as well as on Instagram, that we are expecting baby number 4. I am still very early along, but me in my first trimester is always a roller coaster. I get severe exhaustion, and it is just really hard to get up and get moving in these early weeks of pregnancy. So these videos, I'm going to work my butt off at still getting you these hoarder videos, but they may be more like twice a month compared to every single week for 2 reasons. One, you never know what's going to hit me on a day that I'm supposed to be helping someone out, and I want to be prepared for that. But 2, I've also had a harder time keeping scheduled with going to different people's houses, where maybe last minute they had something come up and had to cancel. So yes, I am going to try and keep these going. I got so many messages from you guys saying, of course you're pregnant now. You started the new series, because that's exactly what happened with Freya. But just know I'm going to try my hardest to keep going. But I appreciate all your guys' support so, so much. I will say, if for any reason I have to take a hiatus of this series, I will bring it back once the baby is born. Big difference between now and last time when I had Freya is Bobby worked full-time, where now he is home with me and the kids, and it makes it a lot easier for me to be able to go and do these projects and not be working around babysitters and things like that. Like I said before, we are trying to work on the things that are what I believe to be the most visually exhausting and overwhelming places in the house. One of those things for me personally is when things are overly dusty and dirty. So I'm just going around and hitting a lot of the high traffic areas. She does have 2 dogs, and it is just her and her son, but either way, 2 dogs alone always adds a lot of dust to the area. So I'm just going around. Now, you don't usually see the homeowners in my videos. It's not that I don't want them in my videos. It's all personal preference. I've had people in my videos before, and I have people request not to be in the videos. So I am moving these clean clothes and was actually giving it to her so that she could fold and put them away where they are supposed to go.
Like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down.
All right, so I want you guys to answer a question for me in the comments below. What is the one chore that you do or can do in your house that will give you the motivation to keep going? I know I've been talking about trying to do things that would motivate me, and a lot of times that can vary. It's usually something to do with visual clutter, and normally something either in my kitchen or my bedroom. Kitchen is probably the biggest area because my house is very open concept. So if I'm in the family room, I can see into the kitchen. And I guess when it comes to kids' toys, like my family room is always cluttered, but I'm used to it because it's just Freya's toys all over the place, and I normally focus on that at the end of the day when she's in bed, and I know it will be clean for more than like 5 minutes. But I'm curious, what is a project you can do right now that'll motivate you to do more? Now, the other thing I want you to keep in mind if you're cleaning and you are overwhelmed is progress is better than perfection. If you are cleaning your kitchen and you're like, oh, but the backsplash needs to be cleaned and my oven needs to be scrubbed and my fridge needs to be cleaned out, don't stress about all the things. Just start with what will make the biggest impact. Because let's be honest, you could clean out your fridge right now, but mentally, is that going to make a big difference on your life? For me personally, it doesn't. These dishes on the counter and cleaning the obvious touch spaces, those are what would make a difference in my mental state at that moment. And if I do that and I'm still energized to scrub down the fridge or the oven, I will go and do that. But starting with the projects that will give you so much more mental clarity will help you so much more in the long run. It's really easy to get overwhelmed by the deep cleaning projects that you let the daily projects go. And I promise you, if you stay on top of these daily chores, you will then be able to tackle the deep cleaning. But if you let the daily chores go because you're so overwhelmed with the mental idea of all the deep cleaning, none of it gets done. So remember, it's progress over perfection. And also, just take it one area at a time. If you've got 10 minutes, take 10 minutes and start in your kitchen and just do whatever you can get done in those 10 minutes. Don't stress yourself out. This does not need to be an all-day affair like 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes before bed. You can work your way up to more, but often getting these little projects out of the way, like I said, will give you the motivation, the energy, because when you are mentally exhausted, you are physically exhausted, to tackle the bigger and more overwhelming projects. I have been using the Scrub Daddy paste, Power Paste, a lot lately. I love this stuff. I love the way it smells. I love the way it works. This is definitely something that if you haven't tried it, I would highly recommend it. I've had people ask if I like it more or less than the pink stuff, and I have to say it's probably about equal. But it's easier for me to get my hands on Power Paste than the pink stuff. So you do see me use it a lot more just because it's easier for me to obtain. So depending on where you are, whatever is easiest for you to get is what I would recommend. I think they both work really, really well. I think what it comes down to is if you have a really good cream cleanser, if it's Power Paste, the pink stuff, Barkeeper's Friend, that's all really, really good. And then you have to have a really good powder cleanser. I really like the Barkeeper's Friends powder. That will help you with the really, really stubborn stuff. But even if you don't have that, using like baking soda and adding that to your cream cleanser, like sprinkling it on top, makes all the difference in the world.
Northern lights, roaring skies. We're the guys burning bright. We're
So I'm going to challenge you guys to pick one area of your house today to tidy up. I'm not talking about scrubbing it down. Now, if you get to that, great. But I'm purely talking tidying up just one area of your house. If it's your bedroom, your bathroom, your kitchen, I want you to go around and just, let's say you're doing your kitchen. I just want you to clean off all the counters. If there's dishes that need to be done, deal with the dishes. If there are leftovers that need to be dealt with, deal with the leftovers. But just visually you're basically just scraping the top of the surface when it comes to cleaning. I want you to tackle one area of your house today. I can almost guarantee if there is one area that has been overwhelming you, but you just do the tidying and the basic, like wipe down your counters type cleaning, you will feel so much better and a willingness and a drive to tackle so much more. So I'm going to challenge you to that. And once you've done it, I want you to come back here and comment and let me know what room you tackled. Was it your bathroom? Was it your bedroom? Now, if you're doing your bathroom, I don't want you digging through your drawers and making it a big thing. I want you just to basically wipe everything down, put things away. Basics. If you're going into your bedroom, don't start tearing apart your dresser and your closet. Just make your bed, put away your clothes, maybe vacuum. Just keep it basic, and think about visual clutter and what will bring less visual clutter to your space. Do that. Let me know in the comments below where you tackled and if it made a mental difference in your state today. I promise you, if you do this, you will 100% feel a weight lifted off your shoulder.
Love will not beat us, not us, not us. But we let each other down, 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 down. Yeah, we let each other down, 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 down. This shouldn't be us. What came between us? When did we become like them? We weren't supposed to break up, but it's too late to make up. Don't know what my heart will mend. No, this should not be us, not be us, not be.
Now, another big question I get asked often is if I do this for free. And that is kind of a more complicated question to answer. And I know I've answered this in the past, but I want to answer it again. Do I do it for free to the people I am helping? Yes, I do not charge anything. I don't charge gas money or product supplies, or I purely come out there and help. Now, I'm not saying that I haven't had people offer me gifts or a little bit of gas money or something like that. They have offered on their own, but I do not charge. Now, where this gets a little bit complicated is I don't like saying I do this for free, because I do it for free for the person that I am helping. But YouTube is my job. I love this job in that it allows me to do this and help others. But I do get paid through YouTube. So I do want to give a big thanks to all of you guys that comment and like and share and support my channel. Because without you guys showing that support, I wouldn't be able to do this, because I would have to have a normal 9-to-5 job. So this is something that I do free of charge to the people that I am helping, but I don't do it for free. And it is because of all of you guys that show me so much support every single week that I am able to do this and help people around in my community. So a big thank you to you guys, and I hope that answers any questions that you may have had.
Even if I try to leave, you still make me wanna stay. You ask me to believe in the words that you say.
as I pull this front entry back together, it's crazy how just a little bit of tidying, this area was not very big. It took me maybe 5 minutes to tackle, makes in a space. To clean up the shoes, do a quick vacuum and mop, it made a tremendous difference in that front entry. I did want to go in and scrub off some like scuff marks and stuff on the door. This is where Power Paste is amazing. I was just trying to get any of the obvious areas that I could. Some of these areas didn't come out, but most of them I was able to get out with just the Power Paste and make this door look so much better. And exterior doors on houses, I swear, get dirty so quickly and so easily. It's usually the area, and for me it's usually my garage door, that I dread doing because they just get so beat up from the kids and the dogs and bringing in groceries and just everything day-to-day life. It is always so crazy.
But lately things have been the same, and it's my heart you're holding back again, and I can't be strong if you can't move on. Every time I hear you say my name.
Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe if you're new, leave me a comment, and share it with a friend. I greatly appreciate all of your guys' support. Also, check out my link in the description below for Matchmasters. Like I said, if you download it either with my QR code or with the link in my description and earn 50 stars, you have that chance to earn the $200 Amazon gift card that they will be announcing the second week of February. So don't forget to check that out. But I will see you guys next time. Bye.
There's a party downtown, someone said that you're coming by. Let me know when you're here, meet me up for a smoke outside. I regret what I said, didn't mean it. Yeah, believe me, I guess I'll take it back. There's a party downtown.
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Also, welcome if you are new. So today's video is jam-packed with cleaning motivation. In today's Clean With Me, we are working inside, we are working outside. The biggest thing I needed to get done was the minivan. We actually haven't really cleaned it out since we moved down here, and we've been here, what, 7 months now, 8 months now? I can't even keep track anymore. But I hadn't done it because we've been loading so much wood and sand and just everything with this remodeling process that I didn't see a point in cleaning the van for it to get dirty immediately. But we are past the extreme craziness of this remodel, so I decided it was definitely time to tackle that.
There's a party downtown, we are drunk and the music's loud. I forget that we're done, that you're back with your girlfriend now. For a minute, I'm back where we started, in that hallway. We couldn't keep our hands away from each other.
So if you follow me on Instagram, the other day I shared a little bit more about my mom's coffee shop, and I was getting a ton of questions to learn more about her shop. If you guys don't know, my parents live down here, as well as my aunt and uncle, and my mom actually owns Sweet Marley's in Daytona Beach. So she has owned that coffee, well, she started the coffee shop. It's not even like she bought it. She started Sweet Marley's back in 2010. That's easy for me to remember because she literally opened the doors just a few months after Bobby and I got married. So I always remember 2010 fall time is when she opened it. And it is the cutest little shop. It's funny because I remember when she first opened, and when I'd come down here to visit and stuff, I'd help out because it was just her and like really no employees trying to build this from the ground up. And now she's got multiple baristas and bakers and everything. So if you guys are ever in the Daytona Beach area, check out Sweet Marley's. It is, now I'm biased, but like the best coffee in all of Daytona. It's actually, I had people ask me where I got a lot of the stuff for the coffee bar, like this syrups and things like that. And I just went to my mom. She got me the espresso for the coffee, and all the flavorings and everything. She kind of hooked me up when it came to our coffee bar.
Don't need anything from you. You made me someone I'm not. You made me realize what I got. Don't want your sympathy, your eyes so full of tears. I got my friends who got my back, so don't pretend you're all I have. You can't come crawling back here no more. First you love me, then leave me, then say you're lost without me.
If you're curious what I'm using to clean out the stove and the sink, I'm actually just using Barkeeper's Friend. I love any of those cream cleansers. I often go back to Barkeeper's Friend just because it's been something that I've used for years, and I do love the way it works. Barkeeper's Friend and a Scrub Daddy, but I do really like Power Paste. I've tried the pink stuff. They all work very similar. I think it is very much so personal preference of what you like. So I use a little bit of everything. And then for my counters, my multi-purpose cleaner, this is just Thieves Cleaner. You guys hear me talk about Thieves Cleaner all the time, but I absolutely love using this. It is a little bit pricier. I get mine from Young Living, but I've heard you can get it right off of Amazon. The bottle can be pricey, but you only use a cap full of the solution in an entire spray bottle. So it seems expensive, but the amount of cleaning solution you get out of it is insane. But moving on to the dining room, Xander had a social study fair project to do, so I was just cleaning that up. He did end up getting third place at his school for his social study fair project. He was super excited. If you don't know, Xander is my oldest son, and he's my little brainiac. Bobby and I always joke around, like, where did he get all of his brains from? Because he's always been very advanced in school and very motivated. So when they say that every kid is different, they were not lying, because from Xander to Bjorn to Freya, they all are so different. But he did end up getting third. Just the other week, he got first place in the spelling bee in his school, which he was very proud of. So the kids are doing fantastic at their new school. They are both really enjoying it. We had a couple little hiccups in the beginning with Bjorn, but I think it's all just a learning curve and getting used to it. It's so much more difficult for kids when they have a big move like this, but I feel like for the most part, they have all been handling it so well. Into this family room. Okay, so I want to point this out because right now, like, the family room that I'm showing is not that bad. Usually, this is so much worse because there are toys everywhere. As you can see, Freya was just kind of chilling on this day. Normally, she is a tornado and has stuff absolutely everywhere. But she's been teething, I'm pretty sure. She's either teething or going through a growth spurt. She's been super snuggly and just wanting to relax, as well as booger nose, which normally makes me think teething. So on this day, it really was not that bad in there at all. So I just finished that up, and then I turned on the Roomba. These robot vacuums, honestly, like, they are lifesavers. They really are, because I can get so much more done if I don't have to worry about vacuuming and mopping every single day. All right, so we've been working on a project. Now, it's not completely done. You can see I gotta touch up, trim, and stuff, but we are in our bathroom, and we finally got this little nook done. So the laundry basket's down there, and then we have some shelves going up. But now I need to organize stuff into here, clean up all of this crazy mess and everything. So I'm gonna get started on that. We have boxes out here. This is a bunch of soaps and stuff that we got when we got our water softener. So I'm gonna put this stuff in there and just try and get everything organized and less stuff in our vanity, because right now this is overflowing with stuff that does not need to be in there.
Fire, you feel my fire. Let's keep this fire alive. Let's keep this fire alive. You start me up like no one has ever could. You feel my fire. What are the odds we end up loving it? Spending every minute together. I found it quite odd, quite lovely. You start me up like no one has ever could. You feel my fire, fire. Let's keep this fire alive. Fire, let's keep this fire alive. Fire, fire. Fire, fire.
This closet has been so nice. I'm obviously still learning. I always do like a rough organization in the beginning when we have something new, because you never know until you actually start using the space exactly how organizing it will work best. But super glad to have this up. I still have to do the touch-ups. I know I showed that there's like painting touch-ups I have to do, and I still need to do that, but we got distracted and started working on our closet, and I haven't gotten back to it, but I need to do that because it does not look great. But I am loving all the extra storage now with having that little linen area in our bathroom.
To go on together, to go on together.
So I am also hoping we will get our new bay window soon. I got a message just the other day saying that the window, they put a rush order on it. Like the first time we ordered the windows, it was months. But they ordered our bay window wrong, the wrong dimensions. So it looks like they put a rush order on it, and they should be getting the windows this week. So I'm really, really hoping we get our new bay window next week. Which just kind of a waiting game at this point. And honestly, the thing that's bugging me the most is I can't take any of the stickers off the windows until the inspector comes out, and the inspector won't come out until all the windows are in. So I've been living with like these giant ugly stickers on the windows, and I can't do anything about it. Here you can see I'm just organizing back out under my sink. It's, like I said, a lot of trial and error. I was moving stuff all around, trying to play with it. It's just kind of the only way to make it work is to play with it and figure out what works for you, because sometimes the most aesthetically pleasing thing isn't practical. And sometimes you just can't figure it out all at once. That's usually my issue, is it's not that, I don't know. You have to live in a space. I say this all the time, and it really is one of those things of needing to live with it, and it may take you organizing a place 2, 3, 4 times to really figure out what works best for you and your family, because that's the other thing. Like, what works for me really may not work for the next person. So I just kind of go about it a little bit every single day. I will say, though, with us doing the closet, I have really, really, really thought this out. So I do think our closet should work really well for us. And I have lived in it for a while, because there was somewhat a closet system in our closet. We're just adding to it. The other thing we're doing is Bobby he tapped into the AC vent that is on just the other side of the wall in our bedroom, so that there's also a vent going into the closet, which down here with the humidity is huge, and that closet gets really like sticky and muggy. So I'm hoping that makes a huge difference as well.
My lifelong mission, releasing inhibitions. I don't need you to come crawling back to me, to tell me that you're sorry. I'm better now, I'm happy. I don't need you, 'cause you've been blocking me and you've held me back from day one. Always kept me down so I couldn't fly on my own. Used to think that being single.
So I want to give a big thanks for everyone that sent pictures and messages and comments about my bedroom the other day. I know I asked just because I don't feel 100% about the way the bedding or bedroom is set up. Not set up, but decorated. I feel like we're still missing some stuff. So I am definitely keeping everything in mind. We're not doing it right away just because this is a real life channel. Like, we are not HGTV. So there are budgeting, there are life, all the things. But it is like on my list of to-do things. This is a car. Yes, it is embarrassing. But we have 3 kids. We have 2 dogs. And like I said, we have been remodeling. Plus, we live like 2 minutes from the beach. Literally, you cross a bridge and you're on the beach here. So sand, we have more sand in our yard than we do dirt. So just getting in and out of the car on a daily basis, we get sand everywhere. So that was definitely the 2 things that I was like working with the hardest in this car was 1, obviously the dog hair, and 2, the sand, because the sand was insane. Very grateful for these all-weather mats, because they definitely, as much as they helped in Wisconsin with salt in the winter, they have been great for sand in Florida, because yeah, there is sand everywhere in this car.
So many times before, and I know that we're not perfect, but I'm gonna miss all that we had. Yeah, I know that we're not perfect, but I need this night for the last time. Stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but
So when it comes to dog hair, there are definitely 2 things I highly recommend. If you guys have never checked out the Lily brush, you can get them on Amazon. That works really well. But then these hair rake scrapers, and I cannot remember what they're called. They're in my Amazon store. I really like these for my car because they really, really pull it out. And my Siberian Husky's hair is like needly, so it burrows its way in and can be very, very difficult to get out. And I feel like the Lily brush and this thing always works really, really well. So if you have dogs and you have an issue with hair, especially in the car, these are two things that make a big difference. Because you're going to notice there's like times that I go over it with just the vacuum and it doesn't touch the hair like at all. But then I go over with this rake and it does so much better.
I'll be okay if you stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay. If you stay. If you stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay. Till the sun goes up, yeah. For a little moment, just hold me close.
So I also did get asked the other day, like, what projects are left on our list, and there are definitely still a few, not obviously as many as when we first moved into this house. Obviously, with me now being pregnant with baby number 4, the nursery is one of the things on our list. I'm not quite sure when I'm going to start that. I guess, I don't know. I always feel weird about starting the nursery before the second trimester. But I usually try and get the nursery started around then because the idea of doing it in my third trimester is always like, doesn't sound enjoyable. So the nursery we have to still work on. The kids' bathroom, which the only reason I haven't started in there is I'm like, okay, do I just do a mini makeover on it and save up money and then do a little bit bigger one where I can get new counters and things like that? Or do I just save up the money? Part of me just wants to save. That way, when we are able, we can just completely do it all at once. And then we still have to do the built-ins on either side of the fireplace. And then obviously we are currently working on our master closet. And that's just the current list. Like, I am sure as we go along, I'm going to find new stuff because like our master closet was never on our list before and it just happened. It went from organizing one day to, it'd really be nice to update this and make it more practical for our life because the closet isn't massive. Like I've seen master closets way bigger, but it is bigger than any master closet Bobby and I have had, but it feels smaller because it's not laid out well. So that's kind of where that got brought up. But yeah, so the main ones are the nursery, the kids' bathroom, the built-ins, and then the closet you're going to end up seeing, hopefully, as long as everything goes to plan, next week. I say that because you never know. You never know with these projects how they're going to work out. The other thing Bobby and I are talking about, so my mom and I went and got her some quail eggs the other day. Her and Dad are going to start raising quail. And we have been talking for a while about getting chickens. Well, now that I've been researching quail, I really think we might get quail over chickens. One, you can have more of them. So for egg reasons and sustainability reasons, they're actually a lot easier to use and take care of. And they are so cute. So cute. So that might be another project coming up soon, is making a quail coop. I'm taking my time and I'm not rushing. I'm actually, like I said, my mom just got eggs. So I'm going to let her hatch and incubate and all the things, and see what her thoughts are after a little while before I completely decide. But they are really cute. Let me know if any of you guys have quail, because this is something I am seriously considering.
I'm so tired of these late night talks. saying things that we don't mean, that we regret in the morning. Yeah, I just wish we could open up.
All right, now on to all the baby questions I've been getting. Some people saw the announcement video that I'm pregnant, some people have not, and some people just have a million questions. So I'm going to try and answer all of them right now, at least as many as I can remember. One, are we finding out the gender? The plan is no. The plan is that we're not, but yeah, obviously you never know. Things may change, but we figured out the gender with all of the other kids, and Bobby and I really don't care what we're having. Like, we would be so thrilled no matter what that we thought it'd be fun this time around not to find out the gender. The other question is, was the fourth one planned? Because often when you have a fourth baby, people think you're crazy for having another. And yes, this one was planned. We'd have actually been trying for, this would have been our 5th or 6th month of trying. We knew we were just waiting until more of the house projects were done to really start on this whole journey. But yes, we were trying, and we are super excited for baby number 4. I love all the questions you guys, not questions, but names you guys were putting in there. A lot of names that I haven't thought of, which I'm like, oh shoot, now I may fall in love with a different name. But we obviously have a lot of time to figure out names before we have to worry about anything whatsoever. What was the other questions I got? Will we have more after this one? The plan is no. With Xander, he was a VBAC, but with Bjorn, Freya, and this one will all have been C-sections, and usually they only recommend 3 C-sections at most. Obviously, I know people who've had a lot more, but we probably will not have another one after this one just because this would be my 3rd C-section, and it's just playing it safe in the long run. Plus, Bobby keeps teasing me and telling me that I'm having twins because with the kids, I never dealt with nausea, and with this one, I've been dealing with nausea and just other things, and we have not seen the doctor yet or had a scan yet. It's still early, but he keeps teasing me and saying we're having twins. I'm like, well, if we're having twins, we're 100% done because we were planning one more. And not 2 more, and especially not 2 more at one time. But either way, we will be thrilled no matter what happens. And twins are always a possibility. They do run on my side of the family. Not only is my grandma on my mom's side a twin, but my grandfather on my dad's side is a twin, and there's more twins throughout the family. So, but I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, share it with a friend, leave a comment down below. If you're new, subscribe. Those are all things that really help out my channel, and I greatly appreciate each and every one of you that do that every single week. But I will see you next time. Bye.